Welcome back to another video of TDS Tower Defense Simulator, where you protect your base, place towers, upgrade towers, and challenge. Today's update also Duolingo is here. I'm not sure how. Anyway, we are back on this video. We are going to talk about the skill tree update, the 1.65.0. The skill tree has been added. Customize your own skill tree. There is a new HUD, new skin icon, new index, yada yada here and there. And yeah, this is the new icon on the side. And there's the new icons on the bottom as well. You will see in-game. And or have you watched this stream yesterday? Yes, I was live yesterday. And with the new streaming settings, it's now the clarity of the stream is more clear. And also you can see the level 500 right here. After the stream ended, I checked back by stream, right? The this tiny bar of the stream is just cut off, so you couldn't really see my EXP. Anyway, I am level 500. Congrats to me. Now, if you haven't watched yesterday's stream, I have unlocked pretty much everything here. Besides scholarship, it's basically garbage. It did not ever get scholarship. Why, you may ask? Because it's just luck book. We rarely read, info for the zombies and stuff. Unless you are like a lore person or something. But for the most of the time, it will not benefit gameplay at all, so just don't get it. I'll be doing all this testing in the sandbox mode, so it's easier. It doesn't have to reset every time I need to do something else. So this is your base health. Whenever you spawn in-game, you will get set amount of health. For example, by default is 100 base health. But with this fortify skill right here, defenses 45 plus 72 health. So which means I should get 172 health. Down here, I should just increase that 172 health right here, which means that even though I'm level 500, the game no longer scales with a health bar anymore. We were back in the earlier days where you can have the higher level you are, the more base health you have. Now the game has changed. In order to increase your base health, you need to increase the fortify skill. Next up, we have overheal. Overheal allows you to have overheal amount of health you can have. For example, right now my overheal is at 40, so I can overheal by 40, which means I should get 212 health. In order to demonstrate that, every single wave ends, I would get an extra 10 health because I got bandages. So overheal works well with bandages if you have overheal. So at the end of each wave, I should get bandages, which gets 10 health back, and overheal by 40. So I can heal over 40 times. So if I just skip one way, let me just start a game mode, like a casual game mode. And let's pause the time. Let's skip the wave. See, now I have 182 health. I can overheal beyond my health points because I can overheal. And bandages give me 10 heal. So I can overheal by 40%. If you do not have bandages, no worries. You could try using the medic tower. Oh, that's the wrong tower. Infinite cash, medic. Please. Oh my gosh. The game is paused. My bad. Place down the medic. And medic does heal the health over time. Look at that. I now have 197 health. The extra health, you could do math, was healed by the medic. So I can overheal by 40 health, 40 HP, and bandages could heal 10 HP, additional HP. And the medic can also give me extra bandages HP. So by doing so, I would have 112 HP, which is capped by overheal, if you understand what I mean. Hopefully I'm not misunderstanding you guys or boys and girls here, or like overly confusing my words. I hope you guys understand. It took me like 3 tries to get this perfectly. So anyway, if you have Disinfectify, Fortify, you still have more base health. Overheal allows you to overheal of medic beyond your base health. Bandages just heal your health pool over time. Is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes. Next, we have extreme conditioning on the yellow path, which means if you have, for example, a turret or any tower, for example, I got a rocket here, right here, and I'm gonna sell the medic and get myself a enemy that can stun my towers. Let's get a boss. Do we have a boss here? Yes, I do have. So as we know, Patient Zero could stun towers or give the towers debuff. There we go. He has now given the power debuff. So with extreme conditioning, it will remove the debuff or stun. Look, the tower is stunned. It will reduce the time of being debuffed or stunned by the bosses or any debuff that's applied on the towers, or all towers to be exact. Last but not least, we have buffed minions. Let's heal the zombies here and the boss. Clear enemies and pause time. Buffed minions means summon minions would spawn stronger. I have a military base right here. Base help again, I think it's 40. It will spawn live more than 40. One mercenary base, as we all know. Right here. It will spawn a rifleman with 44 health instead of 40 health. So EF increases the troops' health by how many percent? Depending on the level, by 10% for me. I could use something like the Crook Boss, and it will spawn the troops with more health, basically. Then we got a military base. So the troops that spawn would have more health than base health. So see, the rifleman is now spawning with 44 health. Let's max out the tower. The limited riots, they spawn with 2.2k health, I'm pretty sure. Now if you call upon them, they would have 2.7k health, 2,762 health. 10% in buff. The tank is now 1,657 health. The Gyuns are now 27 HP. And the Tommy gun, the golden Tommy gun crooks, is now 248 health. So that's basically the defense path. Next up, we have the orange path, which is resourceful economy path. So, okay, let's clear everything here. Pass the game, clear enemy, clear towers, clear units. So first of all, we have resourceful, which means it'd be great to demonstrate if let's restart the game actually. Unpause the game. For example, we all know that farm, once we maxed the farm, I need money. Give free money. As we all know, at wave 39 or 40 or 30, depending what game mode difficulty you're playing on, the farm will usually sell it in the very last wave. So in resourcefulness would actually increase the value of resale. So I'm selling this farm with 4,306 cash. Because of resourcefulness, the sell value of this tower or this farm has been increased by 12%, depending on the level, of course. This is great if you are getting a Wave 5 minigunner, as we all do. Back in usual days, we all are trying to get a minigunner at Wave 5 in Fallen mode. So with this tactic, you can get a minigunner way faster with like one level 3 farm and one level 2 farm. At like Wave 5, or you can get it sooner with better like resourcefulness. Aside from that, it's an okay perk. Next up, we have Stunk. Stunks increase wave rewards by 7% here, which means that if I just pass the game, every single wave would give me an extra bonus cash. Wave rewards are increased by 7% depending on the level, so I could just keep skipping the wave here. And can see the wave rewards are increased by ever so slightly more than their usual amount. Next up, we have bigger budget. Bigger budget means that you start with a much bigger budget than everyone else. Everyone knows that, let me just clear enemy, clear towers. With bigger budget, I start around 750 cash, which is way more than the usual amount that you know, which is 600, I think. I forgot what's the base amount. I think it was 500 or 400 after you join the Paradox group of, the Paradox Gaming, which is the creator group of TDS. If you don't know, you can join the group to start with an extra 100 cash. Will up your cash to 600 cash on starting. With bigger budget, you can now start with 750 cash, which means that on the first wave, you can place down an engineer. Because my game is paused, it won't allow me to place it down. Rightful so. An engineer on wave 0, that is a luxury that we can't have. Amazing, right? So that is the orange path. Also, there is scavenger. Okay, for scavenger, let's just legacy. Do I have any like regular zombies? I do have a normal. Let's just spawn a bunch of normal. Let's skip a few waves here. Right there, on the speedy, it was $5, but with the 1.5 multiplier, I got $7. So that is the scavenger on economy class skill. So that's about it. Resourcefulness. Let's just recap of all the the skill here. So resourcefulness increase the resale value of the tower. Bigger budget. Start with a much bigger budget of your base budget that you can place more troops and stuff. Stunts increase wave rewards. Like every time you skip a wave, the wave reward would be increased. And last but not least, scavenger. Every 23rd enemy, depending on the level, will give you a 1.5 cash multiplier. Next up, we have the purple path. The purple path starts with accelerator. Accelerator reduces the active ability cooldown. For examples, I can get a medic here. Let's get ourselves infinite cash. I'll pause time. You have a medic. So, medic has its own ability. With accelerator, the cooldown will be decreased by 5%. Same goes for if you use commander or if you use DJ. They all have their own cooldown. So the cooldown would be reduced by 5%. That is accelerator. Next up, we have expanded barracks. Decreases the spawn timer by 20%. So let's get ourselves a group boss. Let's get ourselves infinite cash. So as we all know, group boss would take a while to spawn. But with expanded barracks, group boss now spawn faster, which is amazing. Just like, for example, right here, Elf Camp takes 15 seconds to spawn. But now it reduced by 20%, it only takes 10 seconds to spawn Elf Camp. You can see it right here. Like right here, say 15 seconds to spawn. When I place it down, it's only 11 seconds, reduced by 20%. Same as military base, 50 seconds, almost a minute to spawn. A military camp or client or trucks. And now reduced to 40 seconds. 10% with 20% reduction in time, depending on the level. That is a really, really good skill if you do use a lot of like troops unit or spawn units, like Elf Camp or Good Boss, which I always use. Next up, we have reinforcement. So reinforcement increases the placement limit. Mine is by 5. Yeah, my reinforcement is by 5, so increases the placement limit by 5. So that's the purple path. Last but not least, we have the red path, which is offensive. Offensive, first of all, we have enhanced optics. Enhanced optics increases the range of certain plus tower. For example, we have a skull right here. A basic skull has this amount of range. It goes from here, the diameter and the radius, ends right here. So with enhanced optics, it increases the range from this big to slightly bigger. Mine is currently level 10, if I'm not wrong, increases the optics by 8.5%, so increases the range by 8.5%. This is just scout, so if something like a, let's say, for something like a ranger, which has a full map coverage, would actually benefit more of the range. It increases to like entire map, or like big maps or insane maps, or DJ could works really well with DJ. Because DJ gives like range buff and also additional range buff. So they can actually stack even more, like a DJ right here. And I can max out the DJ to give the ranger even bigger range. That is enhanced optics. Improved gunpowder increases the AoE damage, AoE radius, my bad. So let's clear my units and restart the game mode. Let's grab ourselves, for example, a rocketeer. Let's clear enemy, hang on. The rocketeer would have a much bigger explosion radius compared to before. Look, it can hit 3 enemies at once. I'm not sure what's before, but it just increases the blast radius of the tower that does AoE damage. What's with Rocketeer, what's with Mortar, and I think it also works with like what's with Pursuits, rockets, and also Ace Pilot's dropping bomb, and also Engineers turrets that shoots out bombs. I think so. That's for improved gunpowder. Next up, we have Fighting Dirty. Fighting Dirty is most commonly used for Toxic Gunner or Jester. So what Fighting Dirty does is actually just increases the duration of the debuff. For example, I have a Jester here and using poison. And the enemy with poison would actually... the poison will actually last longer, stack upon the enemy. So it's great if you are using, like, for example, like bee swarmer, like swarmers. The debuff would be applied for much longer duration. Let's have a much stronger enemy here. So the bees would last longer. So as the poison and the bosses. So that is fighting dirty. Last but not least, we have precision. So it's like scavenger, but precision is every 32 enemies would deal a 1.5% more damage. I mean 1.5, not 1.25. So it's like scavenger but with damage. And that's about it. That's in the entire skill tree. If you want more details, please ask in the comments. And if you really want to know in deeper, maybe I'll make like shorts about it. I hope you are clear and understand what I mean. It is just that simple. It's right there on the text right there written on it. It's just what a word. I try my best to explain. Well, I don't know how many takes this is. I think it's the 4th take. The video was supposed to be uploaded yesterday. It's now 3rd day, I think. Anyway. Well, I just wanna make a video about it. Hopefully I'm clear enough. If you got like question, you could ask in the comments. I will try my best to answer it. For now, you may ask what the best skill is. I would still say on Fortify, on the yellow path, right? Fortify is okay. 45, I don't really like recommend getting Fortify. I would get Overheal and Bandage if you want to have more health. Because usually we don't tank health unless we are in hardcore or in fallen mode. We need a much stronger tower to start with. Like the Pyromancer, or like to have 2 brawlers, which means we can tank some health, or we want the engineer to start off each wave. So I would take Overheal or Bandage. Buffed minion is also good on my taste by personal preference, because I use quick buffs a lot, and the minions being buffed is really nice. On the orange path, the bigger budget is definitely the way to go. On the purple path, the expanded barracks. Expanded barracks is really good, reduces cooldown by 20%. On the red path, enhanced optics and improved gunpowder are my favorites. So let me know in the comments what you think about the skill tree and what's your favorite skill. Also, before I end the episode, the developer of TDS is working on refunds for the skill tree. They are going to nerf the prices of the skill tree and maybe tweak some of the levels. So this video might works, but the effect here might change. For example, like fighting dirty, maybe it will be reduced to like 9% or 7%. I'm not sure. Bigger budget may not give you 750 cash. Maybe it's just 700. Who knows? Not sure. So the devs are tweaking and making balance changes to the skill tree, because a lot of people are hating on it and getting backlash. And I do understand why, coming from this standpoint, that people may not like the skill tree at all, bring unbalance to the game. Well, for my personal opinion, it is okay. It works perfectly well. Well, anyways, that's about it. Thank you boys and girls for watching. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!